What's up, Fragrant World? Welcome back to another Stay Fresh production. My name is Justin Copeland. On this channel, Stay Fresh Productions, we talk about everything fragrance related, and that's what we're doing today. I have a few fragrances here to share with you, some very exciting ones at that. And if you have any interest in this kind of content, you're in the right place. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Join the Fresh Squad today. You are immediately 301% fresher by clicking that button. You'll feel it, trust me. And if you do like this content, please hit that like button. It helps with my visibility across YouTube. Thanks so much in advance. Today I am so excited to bring you the 5th installment of a series I started 2 years ago this month. April 2019, I started probably my favorite series I've done on this channel, which is 5 fragrances blowing my mind. And I decided to do it twice a year, so we do it once in April, once in October, rinse and repeat. This gives me a chance to every 6 months share with you 5 fragrances that I am currently blown away by, that I am absolutely loving, that I am completely enamored with, whatever it may be. Naturally, things that are my favorite change over time, even every 6 months, maybe every 6 days, who knows, honestly. It changes all the time. Obviously, in the past videos, I've had different fragrances that I deem blowing my mind, and they definitely were at the time. Most of them I still love. But right now, these are the 5 that are doing it. So without much further ado, let's dive right in. Here at number 5, this fragrance is pretty brand new to me, which is why it's at the number 5 spot. I haven't given it much full wearing yet. I've been testing it, but every time I smell this thing, it makes my eyes open up. It makes my mouth water. I cannot believe how good this is. This is coming from BDK Parfums. This is called Tabac Rose. This is a gorgeous fragrance. And my boy CJ City TV has been talking this up for months. I see what he was saying. This stuff is gorgeous. Actually, I sprayed it on this test strip maybe 4 or 5 days ago, and it's still here. It's in the very deep dry down stages, but that goes to show you how freaking strong this fragrance is. So I'm gonna put a fresh spray on this blotter. Man, when you, oh my gosh, you're immediately greeted with a juicy plum. One of the best plum notes I think I've smelled in any fragrance with plum. This is incredible. A juicy, sweet, succulent plum with some rose, a little bit of a fresh rose, even a little bit of a green, fresh rose, chocolate, kind of creamy in there. And you can detect an earthiness behind that, but that's the accord that I'm getting up top. And again, it's mouth-watering. It is so romantic. If you wear this at night on a date, this is beautifully unisex. This is good stuff. Again, I'm still getting to know it, so I can't say much more about it. One thing I do want to say, I'm not absolutely crazy about the deep dry down. I at least just don't enjoy it as much as the opening and the mid. The tobacco really comes to fruition, and there's really nothing else but patchouli and labdanum. So it's a very dry, earthy, kind of leathery tobacco. On my skin, it just kind of smells like paper, but it's not bad. It's just not quite the same oomph as I got from the rest of the fragrance. But this thing is easily gonna last you 12 hours on the skin. And for most of that time, it's gonna smell immaculate. It's gonna smell delicious. People are gonna wanna get close to you. You don't need much of this. 2 to 3 sprays, maybe 4 at the most if you're gonna be outside all night. This was actually sent to me from Quintessence, New York City. They are a beautiful distributor of some hard to find niche brands, but here in the United States, they represent brands like BDK, like Fragrancebuy, like Royal Crown. I've talked about them before, actually in my previous video, and they want to give you guys a little discount code. I'm hoping, I'm thinking, I'm praying that it's still active. It's Stay Fresh 10. And if I'm not mistaken, I may have gotten it wrong in the last video, but there should have been an annotation. It gets you 10% off of this fragrance, as well as Fragrancebuy Luminise, which I talked about in the previous video. It might only work for those 2 fragrances. You can try it on the others, but it may not be successful. Just want to let you know. But no kickback to me, no benefit to me, just a discount for you, 10% off. So make sure you check this one out. We'll have a link down below. All right, here at the 4th spot, this is coming from Roja Parfums. They sent this to me along with a few others that I'm absolutely loving, but I've been wearing this one recently as it's gotten a little bit warmer, and it is blowing me away. I cannot wait to wear this in the summertime. This is probably one of the most elegant, posh fresh aquatic fragrances I put my nose on. And this is one that maybe not everyone loves, but I love this stuff. This is called Oceania. When this came out, I gotta say I wasn't completely interested to try it. I thought the bottle looked beautiful. You look at the note breakdown, it's really hard to tell anything from Roja's note breakdowns because they are so dense. They are quite saturated. So it's hard to say like what kind of fragrance this will be, but I figured it was gonna smell something like the ocean. And this transports me to a boat in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. It's a calm day, it's sunny, maybe some clouds, a little bit of that sea breeze in the air, very invigorating, very fresh, very uplifting. There's quite a bit of citruses up top here, very photorealistic citrus, lemony fresh, but more than just lemon in here. There's a muskiness in there as it dries. It's very smooth. It just smells expensive. It really does, like all of his fragrances do. This stuff is blowing me away. As it dries, it gets a little bit more sea salty, marine-like in a way. Some people say this reminds them of Creed Arofa. It kind of does go in that direction, I have to agree, but this has a sweetness that Arofa doesn't really have, at least to my nose. And I'm a bit of a sweet tooth, so I prefer this. It smells great. The performance is decent. On my skin, I get 8 hours at the most. It gets pretty light after about 3 or so. It's not bad at all, especially for a fresh fragrance, but people might expect more from a dense fragrance from Roja Parfums, but smells beautiful. That is Oceania. All right, here at the third spot, I've been talking about this one quite a bit lately in my past few videos, and I've actually loved it for a long time since it came out like 3 years ago. But now that I have a bottle as of just a few months ago, I am digging this stuff. Actually, not even a few months, maybe last month, 2 months ago, something like that. Tabac 28 from Labo. City exclusive from Miami, very hard to get. Basically between the months of October and August, you can only get this fragrance in Miami at the Labo boutique, but for the month of September, you can get any of the city exclusives anywhere in the world. And this is very special because this was a gift to me by Grace, who knew that I loved this. She bought it back in September. She held on to it until February, which is insane, but she gave it to me recently, and I'm so honored to have a bottle of this stuff. This is basically like sitting on the balcony of a villa in either Miami or in Havana. It's nighttime, it's summer, it's, you know, definitely warm, but there's a cooling breeze in the air. You have a glass of rum here, you have your favorite cigar, maybe Monte Cristo in the other hand, and you're just enjoying the evening. A little bit smoky and earthy from the tobacco, which is quite prominent. Have a little bit of spice in here, a lot of rum, not too sweet though, but definitely boozy. Just simply beautiful, very well made. Probably my favorite from the house, I gotta say, thus far. Not the most accessible to everyone in terms of the scent profile. Not everyone's gonna appreciate this, but I love it. That is Tabac 28. Now this next one up is unfortunately a tease. I've talked about it a bit over the past couple months since I got it, and I'm still in love with this fragrance. Every time I smell it, even from the atomizer, it captures me. Wow, this is Issey Noir Ambre. The story goes, as I've said it, this came out 2016. I slept on it. People were hyping it up. I didn't really go after it. I regretted it because it disappeared. But it's been popping back up here and there. I got it from Fragrancebuy.ca when it popped up for like a day before they sold out again, and they've got a few more shipments in since then. Keep an eye on them. They might get more. You never know. I got it for a great price. It smells wonderful. Again, I'm apologizing for teasing you because I can't guarantee you can go buy it right now, but there will be links down below, whatever I can find. This is amber, kind of a sweet, warm, slightly dusty amber with a kind of vanillic sweetness in there. It's a little bit creamy, but it's dry and woody. It kind of smells reminiscent of these maybe characteristically Middle Eastern fragrances based on lots of amber, you know, resinous, woody, sweet, warm fragrances. It is quite powerful, maybe not as strong as some of those other brands that, you know, fragrances you would get from like Versace and things like that. But it smells so good, it's very elegant, and it does not smell like a designer fragrance. So this one is really, blowing my mind. That is Noir Ambre from Issey Miyake. Check it out if you can. All right, here at number 1, man, this stuff has been blowing me away. Like, this was a gift to me from one of my patrons, one of the members of the Fresh Fam. Thank you so much. You know who you are, for sending me this bottle. I did not deserve this, but thank you. And if you want to join my Patreon, if you want to join the Fresh Fam, and to get exclusive access to me and some other content you won't see here, then you can join that at the link down below. But this is coming from a brand that I have been wanting to try fragrances from for a long time. I now have samples of everything else, but I do have this bottle and I'm loving it. This is coming from Chris Collins. This is called Oud Galore. I briefly touched on this in my top 10 niche spring video. I don't think a lot of you saw that, so you may have missed this, but I do recommend checking out that list if you want some spring niche recommendations. This is a beautiful take on rose and oud, but there's a little bit of an incense quality in here. It's a little smoky. It's very smooth. It's kind of ethereal in a way. It kind of feels like a warm breeze. That's kind of what the texture is like when you smell it. It's very smooth. Everything is blended so well here. The rose is pretty forward, but so is the oud. It's kind of a medicinal oud, more so than it is a dark or kind of dirty or fecal kind of oud or anything like that. Definitely more on the medicinal side. Simply captivating, beautifully unisex, very elegant, perfect for an elegant evening out or a date if you're dressing up a little bit. This is gorgeous stuff. Warm, floral with that rose, woody, a little bit sweet, a little bit smoky, just plain gorgeous. You have to check out Oud Galore. I do recommend getting maybe a discovery set. You can try all their fragrances. They just came out with 2 new ones that are phenomenal. I just have samples of those. But at the very least, I do recommend checking out Oud Galore. If you get a chance, there will be links below. So that's it. These are 5 fragrances that are currently blowing my mind. I want to know, what is one fragrance that is currently blowing your mind all over the place?
We went through this last time and it's still gross.
I know we went through this last time, but it was all I could come up with.
You said that last time too and it's still not enough.
Man, I'm doing my best here, all right?
Your best is not enough.
One of these days I'm gonna get you.
You do know that by getting me, you mean you're getting you too.
If you liked the video, please like the video. Once again, it helps so much with my visibility. If you have not joined the Fresh Squad yet, you can do so once again by hitting that subscribe button. Let the freshness wash over you immediately. You'll feel it, and then you are part of the Freshest Squad on this side of the Mississippi and the other side too. Thank you so much for tuning in. Peace. I'll see you in the next one.